2,000 years, we've been hearing a voice. Sinat chinam, sinat chinam. 5 times a year we hear about sinat chinam. Bet HaMikdash is not built because of sinat chinam. Bet HaMikdash is not built because of Lashon Hara. Bet HaMikdash is not built because of this, because of that. It's not because of Lashon Hara. It's not because of Avodah Zarah. You know why it is? It's because we're not listening. That's why. Bet HaMikdash is not being built because we're not listening to the rebuke. We're not listening to the emet. Even when the emet punches us in the face, we're not listening. We're listening to people that pretend to love us. Oh no, I love my keilah. I love them. I'm not going to tell them Mechalel Shabbat Mot Yumat. So we're going to finish with this. Someone asked me this question about whether our delivery of how we say things, being passionate, a little bit in your face, and somewhat scary at times, if that's really the best approach. Maybe I should be more patient. Maybe I should be like the Chabadnik that tells everybody he loves him. Maybe I should be like the Breslover and start dancing with him in the middle of the streets, like when I was 17. Maybe I should be like the local conservative guy and invite him and go to his homosexual party. Shem Menachem. Maybe I should be that. No. Let me explain to you something. No one loves the sinners more than the rebuker. No one loves the Chiloni, the conservative, the reform, the complete atheist more than the rebuker. No one. Not even his family. You know why? Because while everybody else enables him to continue being a desecrator of Hashem's name, being a Mechalel Shabbat, being a idol worshiper, by saying he's a tzaddik, he's kadosh, he's the best, he has a good heart, Hashem understands you, you're the best, and letting him continue living a life of sin that he will have to pay for eternity in a very, very hot fire that will never end. The rebuker that he and all of his friends hate with a passion is his only hope to do tshuva. The rebuker is the only one that reminds him, hey buddy, you have to stop violating Shabbat, or else you're going to go to Gehenom. Trust me, you don't want to go there. Hey, you're not allowed to be a homosexual. Even if you have those feelings, keep them deep down inside till they go away. Lots of people have feelings. Doesn't mean you have to practice them. We're not animals. We have to work on ourselves. And the only ones that care enough to remind us are the people that rebuke us. If there are 2 people that have a disease that's terminal, and the doctor tells the first one that he has only 1 year to live, that person is going to cry at first from the pain of realizing that his whole life is flashing before him and he only has 12 months before he says goodbye to everyone. What will he do with this 12 months? What can he do? The doctor, being a very passionate and compassionate person, starts crying with him and hugs him and tells him, you know, I really love you. You're my best patient. I really, really care about you. I'm sorry to be a bearer of bad news. I really am. I really was hoping you'd be my patient for another 20 years. After the patient leaves, the doctor cries for another 5 or 10 minutes. And he says, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to give people bad news anymore. Little does he know his next patient arrives with the same terminal disease and only 1 year to live. And he says, you know what? My buddy, I told my buddy, I love him. He's been coming to my office for 20 years. We go to shul together. We hang out together. Our kids, our this, our that. I upset him. I can't believe it. You know what? I'm not going to do it again. So he tells the next patient, you're good. What? I'm good? Everything's good. What about this thing growing out of my arm? No, it's nothing. It's just, it's callous. It's nothing. It's good. It's an ingrown hair. It's an ingrown hair. It's not. It's going to go away. It's going to go away in time. Oh, really? My foot's falling off. Everything is okay. No. That just happens with age. It happens with age. Starts making up reasons. Starts making halachot. No, you're kadosh. You're perfect. Don't worry. You're good as you are. Hashem loves you as you are. Stay. Don't change a thing. Stay a tinok shenishba. The guy goes home and he's happy. He hugs his wife. He hugs his kids. Everything is good. See, you were all worried for nothing. And he goes back to his life. A year follows, and the family of both dead people see the doctor. One family thanks him, while the other one calls the cops and files a lawsuit against him. The one that files a lawsuit against him says to him, we can't believe you lied to us. We can't believe you told him that it was just nothing. It was not a big deal. That Hashem didn't really care and he loved him as he is. We can't believe you lied to him. He says, yeah, but I didn't want to hurt him. I didn't want him to cry like my other friend. He says, yes, but if he cried at first, he would have done something about it. He would have cried at first that now he has to change his life. Now he has to get a divorce because he's intermarried. Now he has to quit his job because he works on Shabbat. Now he has to change his life and he has to watch his mouth. Now he has to change himself because he has to watch his midot. Now he has to change his clothes because he has to put clothes on. He would have, and it would have hurt. It would have been expensive. But it was over at some point. And he would have gotten used to it. And maybe even liked it. But you didn't even give him the chance. You told him nothing is wrong. So he just went about his life. And he continued going to work. And he worked overtime because he wanted to save for some vacation that he's never going to see anyway because he died. And he never spent any time with his family. He never spent any time doing tshuva. And he's never spent any time appreciating anything because he was so busy working. He was so busy living the false life he was living because he was convinced, like all of us, that he has at least another 80 years to go. So the last year that he had, you just stole it from him, which is the equivalent of you stole everything from him. You took all he had. You took all he had left. Your friend that cried, yeah, he cried at first, but at least his last year after he made the changes, he didn't go back to work anymore because he knew he doesn't have much time left. So he used the time he had left doing things that are useful, doing tshuva, learning Torah, spending with family, doing things that are useful to the world. It hurt to do tshuva at first because it made an adjustment. But I bet you that family loves you now. Because now he's in Gan Eden. While the one you didn't tell the truth to, he's in Gehenom. And he's not coming out. No one loves the secular, the reform, the conservative, and the atheist more than the rebuker. No one. Because he's the only one that's happily going to tell you the truth, even though he knows you're going to punch him in the face. Even though he knows you're going to not donate. Even though he knows it's going to hurt him, actually, financially. Even though he knows it's going to hurt him emotionally when you make right things against him and his family and everything is about. He knows you're going to do it. But he loves you just enough to tell you the truth. Because eventually, we're all going to meet somewhere. And hopefully, we're both in the same place.